Ladies and gentlemen, we are back with another video. This time, Dragon Quest XI S Definitive Edition. Is it worth a playthrough in 2025? Let's get into it. Now, I'm coming at you with about, as you can see, 46.5 hours played in this game. I'm a little more than halfway through the game. And so I just want to preface this by saying, my perspective is of, a busy casual player. Is this worth it for other busy casual players? Because I can't, I've made a bunch of these reviews before, and I can't speak to, my younger self who had plenty of free time and, could play whatever game for however long. This is my perspective now. I'm 40 now, got responsibilities, not much time to play. I have like an hour or two a night to play. And is this game worth it in that perspective? Okay, that casual perspective. Now that's what I'm speaking to. Just wanted to say that before I get into it. Okay, so this is Dragon Quest in the modern era. And in that sense, it's nice. If you grew up playing this kind of game, if you grew up playing Dragon Quest games, I'm sure you would love it. You'd put up with whatever the issues are. I unfortunately did not start with Dragon Quest games. I actually started with Final Fantasy games. I started with Final Fantasy VI. And this is not my original nostalgia type of game. So I don't really feel any nostalgia for this game. Obviously it's turn-based, and you have a party of 4, and you have other characters you could switch in and out of battle. The switching in and out of battle I actually like. I think Final Fantasy X had that. Maybe one other game had that kind of ability, but honestly not too many games have that, and that's, I feel like, something modern RPGs should have, because you have so many party members. Why can't you use them all in the same battle? Anyway, that's getting a little off topic. They also have a recap whenever you get back into the game. Maybe I can include that in the beginning, but basically they show a little recap of the story. That definitely helps, because coming back from a few months, I'm like, oh yeah, that's kind of what I was doing. I could, I don't know if I remember exactly all the little shortcuts and stuff in this game, or how I built the characters, but at least I remember the story and can progress that way. The difficulty is definitely on the low side. I mean, over leveling content basically solves all your issues. It is kind of interesting to have this little character builder, because I don't think that was a thing in previous Dragon Quest, correct me if I'm wrong. So it is nice to come up with different builds. That's kind of interesting. And then you have a horse, you go around the map, you go through a few quests, you collect your characters, but like I said, I'm 46 hours in, and I'm barely halfway through this game. This game, I can't. So as a casual player, as a casual, 1 or 2 hours a night, this game, to finish it, because I think it clocks in around 90-ish hours for a first playthrough. You're talking about, almost 2 months, maybe 2.5 months to finish this game, and it's not that exciting. I'm sorry. I think one story beat or 2 story beats, and I'm in Act 2 right now. 2 story beats held my attention, talking about the main character's parents. Another one was actually the initial story part of this level, this Octagonia level. That actually held my interest a little bit, because I was wondering what was going on. It seemed kind of like a dire situation, and now you're back to try and rescue your party member. So out of the 10 story beats I've hit in Act 2, only like 2 of them were interesting to me. And I'm not even kidding. Like, I play this game at like 9, 10 o'clock at night, and it puts me to sleep. Like, I'm literally falling asleep playing this game. And I feel like for some people, they put that as a pro. Oh, it's such a nice comfort food JRPG. Like, you could fall asleep to it. I'm like, fall asleep to it? Why would you want to fall asleep to a video game? Or you know, aren't you there just to play it? Anyway, like that's beyond my understanding. But basically, you know, it does its job, but this game is too long. This game doesn't get to the point fast enough, in my opinion. I mean, you know, there is a story. You know, the hero. You know, spoiler alert if you haven't played this game, the hero kind of loses in the first act. Second act, you got to get your party members back together to beat the big bad. And then there's an Act 3 as well. I kind of spoiled myself on the story because I couldn't do this game much anymore. But apparently there's another big bad after the initial big bad, which you have to defeat. So yeah, there's Dragon Quest XI. Now, like I said, as a casual 1 or 2 hour per night, like if you could put up with its little quirks and, you know, low difficulty, story's kind of boring, if you could put up with all that, like, it's a decent game. There's a game in there, especially with the Draconian Quest, which I can't really show over here. It's actually in the main menu. You could add some like difficulty modifiers to the game to make it a little harder. That sure would make it more interesting, but I feel like if you just grind, you can overcome any difficulty in this game. Yeah, so that's really all I had to say about this game. I mean, I'm not trying to hate on this game or this franchise. I could see the quality that they put into this game, you know, the graphics, the turn-based system, and the story is long, but you know, it's put together, right? They put the story together to entertain, you know, these nostalgic fans of the series. So the content is there. It's just not for me. So there you go. I recommend, if you are interested in this, pick this up on the sale. You know, try it out for yourself. But this game is just not for me. It is not for me. Hope you guys learned something, and I hope to see you guys in the next video. Take care.